episodes are. I've been really busy. I've been also focused on Ramadan, trying to detach a little bit from the material world. I'm heading into Manhattan right now, going to pick up some stuff that I need. I'm probably going to put up an episode later tonight or tomorrow, first thing in the morning. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is going well. There's a lot of news breaking. Obviously, we all heard the speech the other night with Trump and everything that was going on there. There's so many things just going on right now, and it's very hard to really decipher what's what and who's what, and if we really have people that are trying to push what's, appropriate for the U.S. There's some major changes coming, definitely in NATO and the West. And if America pulls out of NATO, I don't know what's going to happen. I understand why they might want to. It seems like the other powers that be are really itching to push this conflict with Russia. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, we're really in a time where we don't know what's the lesser of all evils. I'm rolling into Midtown Manhattan right now. For those of you who have never been here, this is me coming out of the Lincoln Tunnel. I'm heading downtown. I just spoke to some really cool people. Just spoke to Sneeko, if you ever heard that name before. Just did a FaceTime with him. And I was with Sonny, and we went to pray. I listened to a very beautiful recitation today. I'm feeling very peaceful the first 4 or 5 days of the holy month, and really just praying that humanity can find a way to get along, to coexist, and to not allow the powers that be to make us fight each other, and to make us feel the way we do. So just to give you some updates, I have a new vlog that'll be coming out at least once a week with Sonny Foz. If those of you that know, Sonny Foz is a very big streamer, very big YouTuber. He was connected to some of the biggest people for the young generation, and he decided to go towards God, and he kind of changed his life. He's very viral, and he's someone who, for his age, is much older and wiser than most 21-year-olds. And I'm very happy to call him my little brother, and we've been spending a lot of time together, and he just moved here from Florida to New York City, and we've gotten very close. And he's been introducing me to people like the Warner, like Sneeko, and a lot of these other big influencers that are out there right now. I'm also going to be doing a show. Now, again, none of these are on my channel. So when you guys are like, hey, where are you, Bek? And what have you been up to? And, why is he slacking? I'm not slacking. I'm actually expanding. I'm going to have some full-time staff coming on board in April. And then the content's going to be extremely consistent and every day and different varieties. It's not going to be just the podcast anymore. I'm going to be in the streets of New York speaking to people and producing a lot of different things. So I just want to say, thank you for all the love, to all the haters, to all of you that show love, respect, and, understand that I don't take myself too serious. I don't think I'm God's gift to the world or I'm some genius. I simply state what I think, what I feel, what my perception is. I know I can make mistakes. I know I have made mistakes, and I know I can be wrong. I don't think I'm better than any of you. I think that all people are equal. I think the thing that divides people is their intelligence and their morals. Above everything else, their morals. And to me, the definition of morality is, protecting your soul, treating people with respect. If you promise someone, keeping your promise, not being promiscuous, having honor, being good to your family, being loyal to your family and your friends, and trying to be a good human being and helping people in their time of need. That's my definition of morality. And I think all religions teach people how to have morals. Regardless if we agree on doctrine, I believe all religions teach people some form of morality and honor and ethics. So sometimes, and I've said this on many big lectures, like, hey, Please double check my information. It is a lot of information to retain. And yes, I've studied faith for the majority of my life, but even I make mistakes and I make errors where I might mix something with something. I mean, it happens. We're human beings. And sometimes, you know, if you haven't read over something that you studied a long time ago, you become a little what they call rusty. It happens. That's why I always tell you, please double check my information. Double check what I tell you. I don't get offended if you update me in the comments. It's a way to refresh my memory. It's also a way to correct me if I'm wrong. I encourage it and I invite it. What I don't invite is people that I just want to be negative and bash you and judge you because you make a mistake literally, like, you know, on accident. Like, you don't do it on purpose. No one's here purposely trying to hurt anyone or mislead anyone or misguide anyone. We're all here on the same mission in life, to try to find some truth and understand why we're on this planet and what our purpose is. In any event, check out the scenes here. We're driving through the meatpacking district of New York City. It's a Thursday night here. It's a little bit cooler. It was a really warm day for this time of the year. The weather's starting to get a little bit better. Looking forward to the summer months. I'm not a big fan of winter. And I hope that, you know, all of you are somewhere pleasant right now. I'm probably going to be shooting to Miami, Vegas, California, Texas. I will then probably shoot over to Europe in the summer. I do plan on going back to the motherland. It's been too long. Plan on heading back to Albania and the Republic of Kosovo. Probably going to stop in Italy too, maybe see Rachel Ray, my good friend and queen. I hope that you're all doing well. I really appreciate you. And just take care. But here's New York City, streets of New York, live shot. Everyone is, it's not as busy as it used to be, man. It's really not. It's really, really not as busy as it used to be. It kind of lost that oomph, you know? It'll get busier in the next couple of weeks when the weather gets better. January and February are the slowest months in Manhattan, even before everything happened. I want to give a shout out to everyone that's fasting or trying to observe the fast. I want to give a shout out to everyone that's wished me well, the respect. It is a holy month, I believe, also for the Christians. They're observing Lent, which is, you know, it's a form of fasting, right? Giving up something that, you know, you want to give up to be closer to God. And it's, you know, very respectable. Again, I really hope that things start to change. I do like the way some things are definitely changing under this new administration, especially the pushback on woke ideology and schooling, and, you know, that there's only two different sexes, and, you know, having some type of spirituality compared to previous administrations. And that's it. So it is what it is. There are a lot of ignorant people out there that are so blinded by their hatred that they deny simple facts and realities of how we got to where we are, or why there's certain things going on. And they don't really have memories to look back more than a couple of weeks or a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years. A lot of the problems we have today didn't start a couple of years ago. They started months and months and months and years and years and years and decades and decades and decades ago. We didn't get here overnight. Especially as far as morality, that's been going on for the last 100 years. So it is what it is, you know? And do it, my bro, my boy. I agree with you. As a matter of fact, in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad commanded people, Muslims, when they live in non-Muslim countries, to obey the laws and the rulers of those countries. And if they find that they can't obey or don't want to live by those rules, he commanded them to leave those countries. I just thought you should know that before you spew your anger and your hatred and blame the religion for that. I could blame your faith for the actions of so-called followers of your religion, but I don't do that to you. But you guys love to do that to us. And that's where you're a hypocrite. You know? Have you called out the Anglican Church and what they did and how they covered up what they did? So that's when you're a hypocrite, right? You'll call out the quote-unquote Muslims that are doing some things, but you won't call out the people within your own country that do it. So be fair. No one's invalidating your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, but just don't be a hypocrite. acknowledge it all around, not just towards one group, one race, one color, one religion. Okay? If we start playing that game, I promise you not a single person's left on the earth. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Ignorance is the enemy, and ignorance is what breeds hatred. Now, do I agree that these countries should protect their sovereignty? Absolutely. I've made this public a million times. I think a lot of you have just recently discovered me, and you might have seen me on a podcast where I'm discussing faith, and that's not what my podcast is about. But when I'm asked certain questions and I'm gaslit, I'm going to respond, and I'm going to speak my truth. But that's not why I started my work. And I've said this many times. I've started my work to inspire people to never give up. I've interviewed some of the most amazing people in the world, and it had nothing to do with religion. Zero. So I just want to remind some of you newcomers that I've been doing this for 5 years, almost 6 years now. And I've had all kinds of amazing interviews and people that escaped North Korea and people that used to be in the mafia and people that were drug addicts and made their lives better, and people that were victims of domestic abuse, and the list goes on and on and on. Obviously, people just want to watch the stuff that goes viral. They don't know about all the other work that I do and that I have done. So, with that said, I hope you're all great. I'm in the East Village, New York City. It's a little bit cold out. This camera, I don't know. I think I need a new camera, guys. I think I broke it. I dropped it so many times. I'm going to be upgrading and updating all of the equipment within the next month, God willing. We will be in these streets. We will be interviewing people and making content and vlogs. And I'm going to allow you guys into my life a little bit more. And I think you're going to enjoy the outcome. So I just wanted to touch base because I feel responsible to all of you. You've been good to me. I want to be good to you. I don't want to keep you in the loop. Remember, I have Instagram and X and TikTok, and I update them all the time, especially Instagram. So if you want to see more of my content in a short form, I highly recommend you follow me on those platforms. So please do so. And don't think I forgot about you, and don't think that this channel is not up and running, because it is. There's a lot coming your way. If you want to see some of the work I've done, you can head over to YouTube search, type in Bek Lover, change the filter to this week, and you'll see all the videos pop up. I've been on like 6 or 7 podcasts in the last week alone. So take a look. There's the World Trade Center. Look at this. We're driving down the East Village here. New York, New York. I need to go pick up some stuff. New York City, New York. A city that combines every race, creed, and religion, and you gotta love it. This is a pretty good place. Kebab House, Kebab Express. If you want kebabs, they do a pretty good job. This ice cream is no joke. Venchi. They have multiple locations throughout the city. I believe they're from Europe, and they have lines around the block. Everyone's having a good time in New York City right now. So, hello from New York City, my friends. It's your boy, Bek Lover. Man, I could use some gelato. I think I would love to get some right now. There's too many restaurants to pick in New York City. I can't say. I mean, there's my favorite Turkish and my favorite Italian and my favorite Albanian and my favorite, what I love about New York is that you literally have the entire food of the world at the highest level. Delicious food made by all the different people that live here. I mean, that's what I've always loved about my city. So diverse, so many different people and nationalities and races and religions and creeds, and so much fusion and cross fusion. And I mean, there's so many different things you could eat here, man. It's just crazy. It's just insane. The amount of restaurants we have and different foods. And I mean, what is this? Andy's Eats, these coffees joints. We have all these different coffee houses, and this is Indian street food, vegetarian, established 1972, right there. Okay, you have a lot of really good places, man. Mexican and Spanish and Cuban and Portuguese, and I mean everything, man. Anything you can imagine, you can find it here. Any food you want from like where you come from. You can't find these things in different parts of the country. You know, if I want groceries from Albania, I can get any of the food they have, or any country in the world. You can find their food, their groceries, their supplies, their shampoos, whatever you want. It's here. It's New York City. You know, that's what made this city amazing for so long, you know. So just let you take the views here. We're on Bleecker Street. So you can see it here. We're passing by NYU, that area. And the temperature is 40 degrees right now in New York. And it was a really nice day here since it's still winter. In any event, I'm going to sign off. I just wanted to say hi and thank you, everybody. And I really appreciate you. And have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No, I have not had a Bradley Cooper's cheesesteak. Do they have that in New York City? Bradley Cooper, is that the actor? The guy from that movie Limitless? Is that his name? I think that's his name. Not sure. Bradley Cooper, huh? I love cheesesteak too. Today I had a Turkish cheeseburger. It's on the story on my Instagram. My God, what a cheeseburger. This thing was amazing. Honestly, I feel guilty eating it. It was so big and so juicy and so delicious. And the meat is halal. And for those of you that don't know what halal is, it means that the animal is butchered according to Islamic custom, where it limits the amount of suffering the animal has. And it tastes different, man. It really does. I mean, if you buy a pound of ground beef from your supermarket and you make a cheeseburger with it, and then you take a pound of ground beef from your halal butcher, it's a very different taste. I can't explain it. You have to try it yourself. I believe that's because it doesn't have the stress hormone. I think when you slaughter an animal and they can see what's happening and they're witnessing the other animals being slaughtered, they release like negative energy and stress hormone and adrenaline. And I believe that you're consuming very negative energy when the animal is not slaughtered in a humane fashion. So, no, Bavary 96. I never had a Bradley Cooper. Does he have a place in New York City? You know? Yeah, Hazen, I saw that video. I mean, listen, in some ways he's not wrong. I think he's wrong if he thinks I've done it on purpose or I'm trying to misguide people. I think it would have been more respectful if he reached out to me and said, hey, brother, I think you made a mistake here and here and here. You know, what happened now that I play the video back is I believe I basically mixed two hadiths or two sayings together that are not, maybe don't go together. I don't know. I mean, it's all related to the end of time, which is where I think I had the memory lapse. It wasn't that I said hadiths that are not true, but I may have interpreted them in a way that maybe this guy doesn't agree. But I don't think his video had a very positive tone. I think it was very negative. He's welcome to his opinion. He's also welcome to coach if he has better knowledge. And I always tell you guys, I can make mistakes. Please double check what I'm telling you, because I'm not a perfect human being. No one is. And our memories can have lapses, and some of the content is related. You can mix it up. So please always you should double check everybody's work. You should double check your own work. Now, unfortunately, sometimes when you're on a podcast and you're in the heat of the moment and you're speaking, sometimes, you know, you don't have a chance to double check what you're about to say. There's no filter. There's no edit. There's no, oh, I made this mistake, so let me cut it out. Especially if I'm a guest on somebody's show. So unfortunately, you know, I make mistakes. But if you go listen to every podcast I do, I tell the audience very clearly, I am a human being. I am limited. I am not like God. God is unlimited. I can make mistakes. Please double check my work, because I don't want to be responsible if I give you the wrong information. And I think that's your duty as a listener. You should always double check what someone's telling you, especially if it resonates with you. You know, whether it's good or bad, right? I've heard people saying things about my religion that really resonated really bad with me. So I'm like, okay, before I believe this to be the truth, let me go do my homework. Let me see where they're getting this information from. Let me see why they're saying what they're saying. And double check to make sure that it's not a half-truth. Half-truths are very dangerous. So it's respect, man, you know? 151 Avenue or 151 Street. The cheesesteak place, the Bradley Cooper. All right, we're going to add it to the list, man. I'm gonna double check it, brother. I appreciate the recommendation. And listen, I'm gonna start vlogging again. For those of you that don't know, I used to vlog. Places I like to eat. It was called Bek's Best. I miss doing that work. Unfortunately, and I don't say it because I believe it's my duty to push back against some of the stuff out there. My work's become very serious and it hasn't become very fun lately. And I am someone that likes to have fun and joke around and make funny videos. And lately it's all been very serious because of everything that's going on in the world. And it's resonated with so many of you, so I feel like it's my duty to continue that work. It's not why I started my career. I've said this many times. It's not why I've gone public. It was never to speak about Islam or religion or war. It was never about that. But as things changed in 2019, I felt a responsibility and a duty to speak out against things I perceive to be wrong or full with malicious intent or nefarious agendas. And at the end of the day, I truly believe what I say, that we're all brothers and sisters. We can all respect each other. We can respectfully disagree on doctrine and faith, but we cannot hurt each other or want to take each other out. None of us have the right to do that to each other. It's okay that we don't believe the same thing, but we don't have to wipe each other out. And that is my message, and that will always be my message. So I'm over here now. I'm almost done. I'm gonna go find a parking spot. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you want more of these vlogs on the go and you don't mind the production quality, drop me a comment and I'll do it more often. Respect, peace, and blessings to all of you. Shout out to my sheepays. Shout out to my believers. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to all of you who have supported my work. God bless you. Take care of yourselves and your families. And may the best be yet to come. God bless you all, and God bless America.